listen closely. Everything is curable. We're in a new era, remembering what the earth has been whispering, shifting from conventional medicines, quick fixes, beyond prescriptions. This is our journey back to the intelligence of the body. Welcome to Beyond the White Coat.
Hello everyone, welcome for another episode of Beyond the White Coat, where we bring you back to the Earth's natural medicines. And today we have a wonderful guest, Jax Wilson, founder of Shalom Temple Ministries. And Jax Wilson is a wellness guide, and she's going to tell you more about the work that she's doing, which is pretty phenomenal. Tell us a little bit about Shalom.
Shalom. Okay, so why Shalom? Shalom literally is ancient Hebrew. It's just a really ancient language that has the essence of breaking chaos to bring about order. So that's what Shalom means. It's deeper than just peace.
It kind of feels like we're all going through that. Like there's chaos in the air, and that it's coming into order. Mm-hmm. And as the days go by, as the months go by in 2026, it kind of feels like we're getting to this like colliding moment of like where things are just aligning. Things felt very stuck and slow in 2025 and part of 2026, but it feels like things are falling where they need to fall, and for some people that may be something very painful, because I have witnessed loss in the last month. In an accelerated kind of way, whether it's through an accident or through health or through shifts and changes, people losing jobs, people losing life, people losing their health. But even in that, there is something profound happening at the soul level for all of what I'm witnessing, and certainly in my own life too. I don't know if you're feeling that.
Yeah, there's definitely a shift into alignment that I'm sensing. And those that are out of alignment are finding their way. And it's almost like we're showing up as guides, right? We're showing up as guides like, follow me or go this way. But there's a lot of alignment happening right now that I'm sensing. And like you said, you were going through a lot of loss and, in the last, I think there's a removal happening. There is a major removal of that doesn't serve us anymore is being removed, so that which brings order back into ourselves and to our purpose is actually coming in, which is, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I'm witnessing it with clients and friends and family. And in my own life, it's almost like, when a dog is wet and they're shaking themselves out and they're shaking the excess water or the fleas that were attached and stuff. It's kind of like that's how I feel my body. I feel like in my life, it's like I'm shaking off that which was not allowing me to be in my full, in the fullness of who I am, what I'm meant to do, why I'm meant to be here.
That's right. I think there's a lot of that realization that we are more than just these bodies, that the bodies is just the vehicle. It's just a vessel for us to go and create. And I think we're starting to get in alignment with that. I don't want to say the higher source or the higher self, but there is a greater mind, right? I say Yah, the I am, the great I am. I think we are getting into alignment with the great I am. And a lot of us that are in the space of healing and wellness and guiding other people are even falling into our own alignments.
Yes. The ascension is happening in body, in the present moment.
That's right.
If we allow it, and if we are witness to quieting the mind and to paying attention to the signals that our own intuition is trying to reveal. But we have to be still. We have to find moments of quiet in order to be able to discern what feels right for us, what doesn't feel right, what is absorbing and taking our energy, what is dragging us down and feeling heavy versus what feels light and is uplifting and is of love and is of integrity. I was having a conversation.
Integrity is a big one. Yeah.
Well, I was having a conversation with a friend, and she was saying, well, I don't want to feel bad if I don't do something. So I find myself doing it. It's not about not feeling bad. It's about, what do you do that makes you feel good? And if it feels good,
right,
that's where we need to invest. I think,
right. And I think it's beyond feeling good. It's about bringing function back to each other, because we've lived in a place of dysfunction for many years. I mean, not only in the family unit, but then in schools, and then the medical system, and the government, and the
keep going,
we are more. There's something going on. So there's going back to the alignment, bringing back order, right? The word order, again, I love language. I love how it goes deeper. Order, or light. In Hebrew, light is or is order. Where there is light, there is order, right? And then where there's chaos, there's disorder, right? So we are coming out of that disorder, that thing that was dysfunctional, and now we're finding a functional way to live and to our highest potential, right? And you said?
Yes, 100%. When we align to what inside feels light, right? It's not weighing on us heavy. It's not creating turmoil. It's not sucking our energy. It's not creating stress and anxiety, right? And life is life. I mean, you know, whether we're doing work, or are we doing work that's aligned to what makes us feel good and happy and wake up in the morning excited, right? Or are we in jobs or doing work that feels heavy and it's like, oh, it's for the paycheck? And so these are things that each of us, have to begin to observe. I was giving an example the other day in conversation about, sometimes I'll go through my closet and I'll look at each piece of clothing and observe how that piece of clothing makes me feel. Yeah. Does it hold a memory? Is the memory sad? Is the memory of chaos? Is it light? And so I will donate the things that for me hold memories that are heavy.
Yeah, it's interesting you said that, because I just went through that process myself. Went through the closet. Yeah, so I went through the closet and I literally went through my closet. Anything that held an energetics to that clothing that was not going to keep me in that 0 point of the fulcrum. I always talk about being in the 0 point. You can't swing one way or the other. If it's going to take me out of alignment, is it actually serving me? Right. So I went ahead and got rid of it. Yeah. So, it's not a bad or a good thing. It's just, I'm striving to be in alignment, right? I'm trying to get other people in alignment. That's why temple, right? The temple, when it's in order, it can create. You can't create out of, disorder. When you're in the disorder, fight or flight mode, there's no creating. There's just survival, right? So going back to the closet and the clothing.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm like, no, does not serve me. We must leave. And it's fine. I have no attachment or detachment. There's no nothing. It's just, I'm going somewhere. And that clothing, that piece of luggage, that burden, whatever it is not coming with me. It can't go with me. So it's time to bring in the new, the thing that keeps you in alignment.
And this is true. It's an exercise that we invite you to explore, because as you tune into how things feel in something like your closet exercise, you can then amplify that to other areas of your life, in your work, in how you spend your day, in the activities that you engage in the people that you associate with, because ultimately people are either going to bring light and love in your life, or they're going to absorb your light and your love. And so if you're in or surrounded by people who are not in their own alignment and not bringing or sharing and exchanging, but taking.
That's right.
Then, that's the heavy work. The heavy work of saying, is this serving me and am I serving it? Or am I allowing someone to take from me? And how does that help people in reality when we're allowing them to steal our energy, take without exchange, take without gratitude, take with deceit? We're not serving them.
No.
We're creating karmic cycles, and it doesn't serve their highest good. It certainly doesn't serve our own highest good. So, when we can apply that exercise of the closet to these very important areas of our life, because I think that who we surround ourselves with,
it's very important, because being intentional, I think that's the word that came when you were speaking, being intentional with everything, the people that we're around, the people that we choose to bring into our inner circle. In order for us to go out there and help others, we must come together. Those that are in that same space of wanting to help others, build and sharpen each other. That's how we can do the work. But we can't do it alone. So when we are intentional with the people that we surround ourselves, we're going to have a bigger impact out there to those that are actually reaching out and needing a helping hand.
And we surround ourselves with situations or people or experiences or jobs or right, that are not filling our heart and soul, that are not reciprocal in nature, then we're depleted. And in that depleted state, we can only help so much. There's only so much you can do if you're depleted. There really is. But if you have a full tank,
right? It's like charging each other, right? So are those people charging you, or are they, depleted? It's an interesting place that we're going into. Interesting place. And so I think what she was trying to say is guard your presence. Are these people that are coming into your life, are they going to be allowing you to do the best work, the best, be the best you, right?
If you're worried about your family, if you're worried about your children, if you're worried about your parents and them not being or seeing things from the same perspective as you, it's okay. You don't have to carry them. If you come from a place of trust and be able to release the need to control what they're doing through your own presence and your own healing and your own self-love and your own integrity, you will influence through your field around you. So you don't have to do something necessarily to help those around you that you love.
No, it's presence. Be, right? Presence, right? A light shows up to light the room. The light doesn't say, "Oh, I'm doing this, for any other reasons, but just to shine." And I think that's what we're striving for, to be brighter lights, especially during the darkness, during this transition. Hey, time, right? You don't have to do anything. Just start shining. Just you have it. Everything. It's in you. It's inside you. This is like the temple. The temple is lit from the inside, right? Not from the outside in. Right. And that means each one of us, we're inviting you, do the work on you, work on you, be willing. It's not necessarily the easiest thing, but be willing to look in the mirror, be willing to see the shades within each one of us, right? Because each one of us has the dark and the light. Well, which one do we choose? And that means we have to be willing to see where the darkness is, what it looks like, what are the shadows that we hold, to be able to say, okay, I'm not feeding you anymore. I want to feed the light within me. And that's the work that each one of us has to do. People aren't going to do it for you. A healer's not going to do that part for you. They can help you see things, but you have to be willing to see it and then to act and to make shifts for yourself, right? Oftentimes in the world that we're in, we will see, and I certainly was there before, wanting to be in that savior mentality, right? Wanting to save someone. It's like, oh my God, but I can help them. But ultimately it's, do you want the help? And are you willing to seek it and ask for it and have an exchange for it? Because that exchange is keeping things in balance. It's don't wait for someone to rescue you. No one's going to rescue you. Nobody's coming.
You have to rescue yourself.
That's right.
You have to be willing to look in the mirror and look at the shadows. If you are willing to do it, you save yourself. And the people that can help you in that journey will show up for you and make it easier for you.
The lighthouses. I had the visual of the lighthouse you were talking about. Like a ship is not the lighthouse, and the lighthouse is not the ship. So if you are the ship, follow the lighthouse to shore, right? So it guides you. I don't know.
I was love having a conversation with you on and off camera. Jax Wilson, people.
Me and my visuals.
She's wonderful.
I think another thing you were talking about, like nobody's going to come and, do the work for you. Nobody's showing up to save you. There was a great exercise I do with my clients where I have them look in the mirror. And what I want them to do is connect with their true self, that the spirit, the ruach, the breath, the light inside them, because that spirit is perfect. It's inside you. So if the eyes are the window to the soul, then you can connect through the window of your soul and tell yourself and repeat, I am joy, I am love, I am mercy, I am wisdom, because that's who you really are. Right? The struggles and the trials and this body and the things that are coming at us and situations, that's not who we are. So I do recommend doing a little practice in the mirror. Connect with who you actually are, the spirit, that true self that's in your heart.
I absolutely love that exercise. And I would say that when you do it, even if you don't believe it, because, I many years ago when I was embarking on recovering a glimpse of self-love when I had lost it, I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. And so someone had shared that exercise with me, and they told me, tell yourself that you are loved, that you are perfect, that you are light. And I really had a hard time because I could not look at myself in the mirror. I was so angry at myself. I was so disappointed in my decisions. Here I was, a single mother with 3 kids, and I made decisions that cost us a lot. And so I was really angry, and I couldn't look at my soul because I was so enraged with myself. So sometimes I'll tell my clients when I invite them to do this wonderful exercise that Jax is mentioning, bringing to our attention, is even if you don't believe it, do it anyways. Because there's a reprogramming that happens. And it may feel hard at first, but that difficulty begins to disintegrate the more you practice it. The rewiring happens on the inside. All the negative self-talk, the stuff that you were told perhaps as a child, the traumatic experiences that you've had throughout life that keep you from being able to see yourself with loving eyes, will begin to dissolve the more you do it. And you could brush your teeth and do it, right? We're all in front of the mirror at some point in the morning or at night or during the day. And so it takes seconds. Practice it. It is a powerful exercise to talk to your soul and to begin to undo the damage done that we do to ourselves, because ultimately we bring in the experiences that we have. And so when we realize that we are truly responsible for our happiness and we are responsible for our healing,
right, and responsible for the trials. We don't like to take responsibility. I know I had a friend ask me recently, like, what was the part that you played in that, name that situation? And I thought about it. I mean, I gave him a silly answer, but in reality, yes, I see my part that I played, right? I shut down. I wasn't validating, not that we need to validate anybody, but encouragement, right? I didn't bring that in, because when you're hurt, you start shutting down, right? So what part did you play, right, in the outcome, in a better outcome? Taking the responsibility that why is there so much dimness inside me? Did I allow that to happen? Did I create it? What could have I done differently, right?
And everything is a choice from the, I think I tell my kids, choosing your partner is probably the single most important decision you will make in your life. Yeah. Because you are exchanging everything. With that person.
And I think that's with us girls, giving our temples away is such a sacred, so sacred. And when it gets trampled and damaged and it's not, but again, we chose the choice. We chose that. So who are we really mad at? Yeah. Right? Out of ignorance, out of, not being wise, not showing up as the, wisdom, entities that we are, we chose, whether it be from lust or worry or being alone or whatever it is, right? We chose that. And so we can't be angry when we have an outcome that is not serving us, but in those lessons now we grow and mature, and now we know, like, okay, yes, we're watching.
You choose different,
and choose different,
and not just women, because men also,
exactly, men too.
Men also give what they give, and they could feel the same trampled on.
And when we're in that place of the 0 point in the fulcrum, we are in full shalom. It is in that place that now we can make better choices. And those choices either are going to bring us closer to Creator or further away from Creator, right? So we must come into the realization that, gosh, every choice that I make counts. It's either going to bring somebody closer or somebody further away from the truth, right? The truth is light. That's who we are. We're here to remember who we are.
And you mentioned truth, and I think that many times some of these decisions that we make, whether it's the job, the partner, the friendships, the places that we decide to go to, sometimes we create an illusion, and we want to convince ourselves of the illusion, and we want to believe that we can change other people or we can change certain situations. But other people have choices, and change is something that each one of us choose. So oftentimes when I find ourselves, I know I sure did, I had this illusion that I could, through who I am, change the other person. And ultimately it just changed me. And it changed me not for the good, right? I mean, ultimately, yes, it's for the good, because our when we come out of the suffering, there's so much learning that happens. So it's not, I don't live in regret, and I realize, yes, could I have avoided certain life experiences? Yeah, but also my life experiences help me relate.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like becoming the best us through those trials and tribulations. So embrace them when you're going through those trials and tribulations. Embrace them, because in the other side, like you mentioned, you're going to become a diamond or a sapphire. That's how a gem is made, through that refinement, through the pressurizing of that stone. When you were talking about the closet, again, going back to the closet, putting new garments on. As you get rid of the old, what is the new garments? The character, the fruit of the Spirit. Is it kindness, love, right? Merciful. Because if you look in the mirror and you're not reflecting Creator back to you,
when we realize that everything is, that we're choosing all the time, we don't give our power away anymore. We hone in our power, because we realize that the decisions and the power lies within us. When we let go of the narrative that it's been done to us, then we can hold the keys to our heart and to our soul again, and really navigate life from a different place, from a higher place in ourselves. It's been there all the time, just waiting for us to pay attention. It's always in there. It's just waiting for us to recognize the beauty that we are and the power that we hold, and that we can use it for good, whether it's as a healer, as a guide, as a teacher, as anything, as a creative, right? As a speaker, as whatever it is that we choose to use that brings us joy, right? That's uniquely us, and that we reflect our uniqueness through it, not because a template has been created, but because it reflects what feels right and is right for each one of us. Then we really open the door to our gifts and to living a fuller, happier life in which we evolve within the body, not waiting to evolve.
Right.
Beyond. Thank you so much. Now, Jax, you've got some really cool events coming up. You've been doing some pretty amazing work. You want to share?
Yeah, so we are continuing with the annual Sustain Me Living and Wellness Fair. This is going to be the third year, 2027. But we're going to Puerto Rico next year. I'm so excited.
Now, this is with Barbara O'Neill.
That's right. I can't leave her out. With Barbara O'Neill, yeah, she's amazing. She's like a dear person to my heart. She's coming, she's going to teach us, she's going to be immersed in the adventure. So there'll be an experience, excursions, community networking, and actually more of the hands-on workshop, more of the connecting, right? Versus the lecture. So we can be talked at, but this time I want to have the sense of, let's see how we can create together and experience those amazing, like the excursions in the jungle, in that tropical rainforest.
Yes, the Yunque.
The Yunque. It's amazing. It's going to be an amazing time. It's just,
So, Jax Wilson, Shalom Temple Ministries, follow, and more to come. So happy that you came this way to join all of our viewers and to share your wonderful, beautiful wisdom and soul with all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jax.